Preparation is invisible until the moment unpreparedness embarrasses everyone in the room. Hello, everyone. This is Mr. S, and I've spent almost 2 decades performing as a solo pianist in the hospitality industry. Luxury hotels, private functions, corporate events, fine dining restaurants, and VIP dinners. I've seen beautiful events, and I've also seen events where no one told the musician what was going on. And suddenly you are playing romantic piano music while the family is discussing funeral arrangements. Wrong battlefield entirely. Now, today I want to explain something very important, and this is for people inside and outside the hospitality industry. I want to explain why musicians need details before performing. Not because they're being difficult, but because details determine everything: the atmosphere, the professionalism, the confidence, the delivery, the emotional connection, the music selection, everything. Now, one of the biggest misunderstandings people have is this. People think pianists just arrive, sit down, and start pressing random keys confidently. No, that's not how professionals work. Let me use a solo pianist as an example. A solo pianist is not background furniture. We are part of the emotional architecture of the event. We shape the atmosphere. We influence how people feel, and feelings are influenced by details. If I walk into a venue not knowing the type of audience, the dress code, the purpose of the event, the age group, the mood, the culture, the expectations, then I'm walking in blindfolded. And trust me, a blindfolded musician is dangerous because now you might request jazz, and I emotionally prepare for jazz. Then suddenly, halfway through the evening, somebody says, "Do you know I'm a piano?" With an expectation of a transformation service of becoming Kabza the Small in just 4 seconds. Or worse, that man might start playing Titanic while people are eating lamb chops peacefully. Now, everyone is emotionally confused during dessert. This is very important. If everybody is dressed in black tie elegance and I arrive looking like I'm going to buy bread at the garage, we have a problem. Because in hospitality, appearance speaks before talent does. Before I even touch the piano, people already formed an opinion. That's why I need to know, is it formal, semi-formal, luxury elegant, white party, corporate, casual Sunday brunch? These details matter. And another thing sometimes management says, dress elegant. Now musicians panic immediately because there are levels to elegance. There's hotel elegant, Santon elegant, wedding elegant, wealthy smart, and my ex must regret leaving me elegant. These are different categories entirely, and musicians understand pressure. Because if you overdress, guests stare at you like, why is this man dressed like he owns the hotel? But if you underdress, now management is looking at you like you escaped from checkers. No balance, just suffering. This one is huge. Who's attending? That changes everything because music is emotional psychology. If I'm performing for older guests, international guests, corporate executives, couples, luxury clientele, younger audiences, families, the music approach changes completely. You cannot perform aggressive nightclub energy music during a luxury fine dining experience. People are trying to digest expensive salmon peacefully, not prepare for a street fight emotionally. And another dangerous thing, sometimes guests request songs without reading the room. A guest comes to you smiling confidently. Please play something energetic. Meanwhile, the room is quiet. People are eating peacefully. Somebody is discussing inheritance issues. One couple is fighting softly in the corner. Now, if you suddenly attack the piano aggressively, security might escort you out. Because musicians become emotional detectives, we enter rooms and immediately investigate. Who's happy? Who's drunk? Who's in love? Who's fighting quietly? Which table has money? Which couple is pretending everything is okay? One thing for sure, hospitality will teach you psychology for free. And the purpose of the event changes everything. Is it a birthday, anniversary, engagement, memorial, business dinner, networking event, Mother's Day, Father's Day, romantic dinner, luxury lounge, atmosphere? Every event has its own emotional DNA. Imagine arriving thinking it's a relaxed hotel evening. Then suddenly someone stands up. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we celebrate 50 years of marriage. Now you're stressed because nobody warned you. Now your brain is searching the archives for love songs like it's an FBI investigation. Timing changes music selection dramatically. Morning piano is different. Morning piano says, "Good morning, sir. Welcome, life is beautiful." Late night piano says, "Somebody here made bad emotional decisions." Very different atmosphere. 7 p.m. music is not the same as 10 p.m. music. A Sunday brunch is not the same as a Friday evening luxury lounge. Rain changes mood. Winter changes mood. Christmas season changes mood. Everything affects atmosphere, and atmosphere affects music. And Friday nights are dangerous. Friday nights, people become music critics after 2 glasses of wine. Suddenly, someone who cannot even clap on beat is now advising you musically. Brother, play something with more soul. Meanwhile, he doesn't even walk in rhythm. Good communication creates smooth performances. Bad communication creates confusion, and confusion destroys confidence. A musician should never arrive confused. Never. Because confidence affects delivery. The more information you give performers, the more prepared they become. And prepared musicians perform better. Simple. Communication saves lives because surprises are dangerous for musicians. I learned something important in hospitality. Never trust the sentence, "It's just a small function." That sentence is a trap. You arrive expecting 15 people, then suddenly photographers, speeches, politicians, drone cameras, live streaming, 500 guests, and now your blood pressure has left the group chat completely. Small details are big details. Even small things matter. Where's the piano? Acoustic or digital? Indoor or outdoor? Is there a microphone? Is there a sound system? How many guests? Will there be speeches? Is there a program? Are surprise moments happening? All these details matter. Because sometimes people say, "Yes, we have a piano." Then you arrive and the piano sounds like it survived 2 world wars. Half the keys are emotional, half the pedals don't work. Now you are performing with faith only. Or they say, "We have a keyboard." Then you arrive and discover the poor instrument sounds like helicopter, but no actual piano sound. Now you are fighting for survival professionally. And another dangerous situation, sometimes you arrive beautifully dressed, emotionally prepared, spiritually focused, then discover the piano is outside, next to the swimming pool, fighting, wind, children, generators, while somebody is braying aggressively nearby. Now, Beethoven himself would struggle there. People think hospitality is about food. No, hospitality is about experience. People remember how they felt. And music is one of the strongest emotional triggers in human life. Luxury is not always expensive things. Luxury is intentionality. It's when guests feel, "Wow, somebody thought this through." And music contributes massively to that feeling. Good piano music can make people feel rich temporarily, even if they still have multiple debit orders. A great pianist can make guests relax, smile, feel luxurious, feel nostalgic, feel romantic, feel emotionally connected, feel calm. That's power, real power. And the scary thing, people notice music more when it's wrong. When the music is correct, people feel good naturally. But when the music is wrong, everybody feels it immediately, even if they don't understand music. Can we also discuss this? How people think pianists magically know everything. Somebody just say, we have a function tomorrow. That's it. No details, nothing, just vibes and prayers. Then you ask, what kind of function? They say people will be there. Excellent. Very informative. Then you ask, what's the dress code? They say smart. Now, what does smart mean exactly? The smart casual, smart elegant, smart formal, wealthy smart, smart trying to impress a lady. We need specifics. And another thing, people think musicians only play notes. No. Professional musicians manage atmosphere, timing, emotions, energy, awkward silence, guest psychology, and sometimes family tensions. We are basically part-time therapists with keyboards. And please understand this. A pianist is not a USB stick. You don't just plug and press play. We absorb atmosphere. We read rooms. We adjust emotionally. That takes awareness. The best hotels, the best event coordinators, the best hospitality professionals understand communication beautifully. They brief performers properly. They explain expectations clearly. They share details. And because of that, everything flows smoothly. Guests enjoy themselves. Management looks professional. The atmosphere feels intentional. The performer delivers confidently. Everybody wins. That's professionalism. And professionalism lives in details, not assumptions, details. So whether you are a hotel manager, event planner, restaurant owner, wedding coordinator, musician, or simply somebody who loves hospitality, understand this. The smallest details create biggest experiences. Never underestimate preparation. Preparation separates average experiences from unforgettable ones. And for musicians watching this, always ask questions. Always ask, what's the occasion? What's the dress code? Who's attending? What's the atmosphere? What's expected from me? Because professionals prepare, amateurs guess. And in hospitality, guessing is expensive. And please, next time you book a musician, share all the details. Don't just say come and play. If you found this valuable, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves great hospitality and live music. And remember, never underestimate the power of excellence in small details, because smallest details are what people remember long after the event is over. Mr. S signing out.